good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and maybe even good night, depending on wherever you might be in this big, big world.
That's better. Parado dulu.
Today is December, if I'm not mistaken, let me check it out just to be sure. Yes, it's December 9, 2020. And I am leaving the blood bank after taking my results. And apparently, I am blood type O positive. Okay, أبشر أبد. I got the gate wrong. So, as indicated from the title of this video, today I'm going to talk about why I speak English, why I prefer to speak English, and I want to give you guys the background story of how I got here, language-wise at least. And this story dates back all the way back to the private school that I went to from, I think, KG, so about like 4, maybe 5 years old. And this school, or this private school, is called or right? And this school, there was a rule. When I think about it now, it was a little weird, you know? When I think about it now, it's a little weird, but back then, you know, when you're living in a situation, you don't really recognize it as weird or, you know, awkward. You just see it as, well, this is my situation, or at least that's how I saw it. This rule that I think is pretty weird was that we can't speak Amharic in school campus, right? And Amharic is the language that we speak. It's one of the many languages that we have here in Ethiopia, but it's one of the mainly spoken languages at the time, right? So almost everybody, I can confidently say everybody in Addis Ababa was speaking Amharic or can speak Amharic, and that was the work language, you know, that was the language we used to communicate. But we can't speak that. We can only speak English. Y'all remember those yellow pencils, those yellow wooden pencils? Yeah, they would stick like 3 of those in between your fingers, and they would squeeze your hand real tight till you cried. And that was like your way out in a way, because if you didn't cry, you're f***ed. You're gonna cry. You have to cry, or they won't let you go. And that was a punishment for speaking Amharic in the school compound. You know, now that I think about it, I think I'm gonna blur it out, the school name. Yeah, I think that's probably the best option. But that was a punishment, man. And as far as siblings go, I have one sister, one older sister, and she also went to this school, right? So keep in mind, I went to a school that didn't allow me to speak Amariya in school compound. We can only speak English. So did my sister, you know, and my sister also went to the school. When we came home and we opened TV, we usually watched movies from channels like NBC2, NBC Max, NBC Action. You know, back then they were the and we watched movies using these channels. So we spoke English in the school compound. We spoke English with our friends. We spoke English amongst each other, me and my sister. We spoke English, and the movies we watched were English. You know, I honestly don't remember a time where I rented, you know, back when we used to rent movies. I honestly don't remember a time where I rented an Amharic movie. I don't remember that. It was always English, English, English. And there's a saying I'm sure some of y'all might be familiar with. And the saying goes, give me a child before the age of 7 and I will give you the man, right? And that basically says, you know, it's repetition. They call children white paper, you can write anything on them. They call children sponges, they take in everything. And so on, right? So when you do something for a long period of time and when you repeat it, you kind of make it a part of your routine. Right? It's like brushing your teeth or washing your face, you know? And now that we've all grown up and became the grown-ups that we are, we get the looks, man. We get the gilmichas, we get the weird looks, and we get the you're spoiled sayings, but you know, this is the background to it. You know, that's partly the reason why I wanted to make this video, because, you know, from the person observing from the outside, I know it might seem or it might look like, you know, we're spoiled, or I've actually had a girl tell me that she thinks guys that speak English on a regular basis are gay. I've had a classmate in campus recently, actually, tell me that, word for word, he said, it's good. It's good that you speak English and you speak it really well, but don't speak English. That's basically what he said. It's good that you can speak it, but don't speak it. I just want people to understand that it's not guts or being rich or a symbol of anything. It's just what we grew up on. It's the culture that we've adapted. It's just part of us now, right? And now we got that out the way. Now, the first video, I believe, was introduction. Now it's why I prefer English, and now we got the two main details of Write and Talk out the way. We're going to continue our talks from here on forward. And we're gonna have different talks about self-confidence, women, and so on, you know? So stay tuned to Write and Talk. Okay, and thank you for watching. Peace.